Hey everyone, back again with some more IPL squad analysis, and this time here's something a little bit different. A deep dive into Lucknow Super Giants and how they can somehow cobble together a core group who can at least challenge for qualification. I'm on record for saying that after the mega auction, that LSG were my prediction for bottom place, and I tweeted that they were the biggest losers at the auction. Saying that, you can never write a team off with Nicholas Pooran and Pant in it, but those two left-handers are going to have to do so much heavy lifting with this team, which in my view is one of the worst squads that I've seen in IPL throughout the years. If we are looking at LSG's loss to DC yesterday, there were plenty of bright points. In an unfamiliar opening role, Mitch Marsh's 72 off 36 with 6 sixes wasn't on my bingo card. Nicholas Pooran's brutal 75 off 30 with 7 sixes was much more so. With the ball, after picking up several early wickets in the first over, Shahbaz Thakur only bowled one more over, which on the surface seems very puzzling. However, the lack of pace bowling depth showed in this match, with the unheralded Prince Yadav being the only pacer bowler in their full quota. In terms of a lack of paces, Lucknow will argue that their hand was forced by various injuries to Mayank Yadav, Mohsin Khan, Akashdeep and Avesh Khan. And while injuries cannot be understated, it is something that all teams have to deal with at different times. The effect of them can be mitigated, with some good recruitment. This is something which I think LSG have really struggled with in the recent auction. They selected just 6 overseas players out of the maximum of 8, deciding to leave 2 spots unused, and their only overseas bowler pick was Shamar Joseph, who still at this stage of his career is raw and has plenty to prove in T20. And in particular, at this level, IPL is the highest quality franchise league in the world, and this level is as high as it gets. Someone like Naveen Haq, who was at the franchise previously, seemed like an obvious alternative instead. In addition, Lucknow's overseas batting group and domestic bowling group looks hugely unbalanced. I'm all for using overseas picks to make up for a lack of supply of a particular skill set in the marketplace, but I'd argue that LSG went the wrong way around instead. There are just so many good young domestic batters who they could have picked up cheaply, but very, very few high-quality pace bowlers in the market. This, to me, does look like a big auction error for the franchise. Furthermore, I'm completely baffled about how a cricket team can have 120 crore to build a squad and end up without a proven opening batter. Lucknow have one overseas batter, Matthew Breetzke, who didn't even play in the first match, and he hasn't played a single IPL game either at this stage of his career. They arguably got lucky with Mitch Marsh's performance, but I can't see an Aiden Markram Mitch Marsh opening duo being one that is above league average throughout the season. However, I did create a few team combos for them earlier, and I think that gives them a greater chance of success. I posted them in a poll on X earlier, and Team 3 and Team 4 were the most popular. Quite unsurprisingly, that was the 2 teams who were the least like the ones that they put out yesterday. I'll write them in the video description on this video so you can have a look at them. But essentially, both 12s leave out Aiden Markram as an overseas batter, with either Matthew Breetzke coming in as a more suitable opener or Shamar Joseph coming in as an overseas pacer to give more fast bowling depth. Both teams also have Abdul Samad featuring, which he didn't yesterday, and it also have Avesh Khan returning from injury, which was news released earlier today. His return will be such a big boost for LSG. Overall, though, I just want to reiterate that this seems like a squad which was recruited without a lot of coherent thought or consideration for how each of the skill sets of each player complements each other. My view is that even with some more coherent team combos, LSG are going to need Nicholas Pooran to have an all-time great IPL season or get extremely lucky in some tight matches in order to get close to the top 4 this year. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, please. Are LSG really up against it already in the IPL? Do they have a chance of qualifications? Just give me a shout. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your feedback. It'd be great to hear from you. And obviously, do click that like and subscribe button, please. To give me your support, it'd be amazing. And share it with all your friends. Take care, guys. Looking forward to another video soon.